You know that feeling? The wind is howling, the temperature is plummeted, and everyone else is complaining about the frost. But there you are, mug in hand, wrapped in a blanket, absolutely thriving. While your friends are scrolling through flight prices to tropical islands, you're genuinely thrilled to be in your pajamas for the third day in a row. If this sounds like you, congratulations. You might be psychologically wired to love winter. And no, you're not broken, you're just built differently. Today we're diving into why some of us find joy in the season that makes everyone else miserable. It turns out there's a lot more going on than just a love for oversized sweaters. Why does staying home feel objectively better in January than in July? It's a phenomenon psychologists call contrast effect comfort. When it's harsh and freezing outside, your nervous system processes the difference between the threat of the cold and the safety of your sanctuary. Every time you look out the window at a snowstorm, your brain releases a hit of dopamine. It's a literal chemical reward for being safe, warm, and secure. In summer, that feeling vanishes. Staying inside during July feels like a loss, like you're missing out on the sun and the social pressure to be out there. But in winter, you aren't avoiding life, you're choosing the superior option. There's also something called refuge appeal. Evolutionarily speaking, winter was a threat to our ancestors. Humans are hardwired to find enclosed, protected spaces more satisfying when there's a perceived danger outside. When you're bundled up while it's freezing, you're satisfying a deep ancestral craving for shelter. Your caveman brain is essentially throwing you a party because you've successfully survived the elements. For introverts, winter is a dream come true because social expectations shift. Summer is aggressively social. Barbecues, sunset photos, constant activity. If you aren't living your best life, society makes you feel weird. But winter gives you a free pass. Sorry, I can't make it. It's too cold. Nobody questions that. I'm staying in tonight. Perfectly acceptable. Winter provides the social cover for the quiet lifestyle you wanted all along. You aren't being antisocial. You're being sensible. Research suggests that introverts have a higher sensitivity to external stimulation. Heat, bright sunlight, and loud outdoor crowds are high-stimulation environments that drain energy fast. Winter naturally mutes the world. The days are shorter, the light is softer, and the streets are quieter. For a brain that processes the world at high volume, winter is like finally finding the remote and turning the volume down to a manageable level. Did you know your brain actually works better when it's cool? Studies show that cognitive performance peaks in environments between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. In the summer, your brain spends a massive amount of energy just trying to keep your body cool. In the winter, that energy is redirected to thinking, focus, and creativity. This is why you might find yourself finally finishing that book or project you've been putting off all year. We're often told that winter darkness is a bad thing, but it actually provides temporal compression. When the sun sets at 4:30 p.m., your day has a clear, natural boundary. There's no guilt about winding down early because your biology says the day is done. Plus, there's the aesthetic. Dramatic skies, the warm glow of windows against dark streets. There's a melancholy beauty to winter that summer can't match. It's atmospheric. It gives you main character energy, but in a thoughtful, contemplative way. Perhaps the deepest reason we love winter is that it gives us permission to rest. Modern society demands constant productivity 365 days a year, but that's not how we evolved. For thousands of years, winter was a time of conservation, storing food, staying close to home, and slowing down. When you embrace winter, you're honoring that rhythm. You're recognizing that productivity isn't the only measure of a life well lived. Sometimes the most meaningful things happen when you're doing nothing, reflecting, processing, and just existing. So if you love winter, what does that say about you? It says you value introspection over stimulation. It says you understand that coziness is a legitimate form of happiness. It says you're comfortable with darkness, both literal and metaphorical. It says you don't need external validation to enjoy your own company. And honestly, in a world that's always demanding more, brighter, faster, louder, that's pretty powerful. Next time someone asks why you love winter, you can tell them it's not despite the cold and dark, it's because of it. Winter people just understand something everyone else is missing. We're not waiting for life to start again in spring, we're already living it. If any of this resonated with you, I've got a few self-help resources and planners linked in the description that are designed for this slower, more intentional way of living. And if you want to keep going, the next video dives even deeper into this mindset. So I'll see you there.